Yo, what's up, YouTube? Korax here again, and I want to talk about the Cycle Frontier some more because I've been playing this game a lot lately, and I have been loving every freaking minute of it. And that's why today I want to bring you guys a video, and I want to talk about 5 things that you will love about the Cycle Frontier. And it gives me that feeling like this is going to be a game that will just, take over your life. So yeah, let's get into it, guys. All right, so the first thing you will love about the Cycle Frontier, especially if you're coming from a game like Escape from Tarkov, is the fact that this game just has no loading screens. There is no sitting in a loading screen for 5 minutes before you get into a raid. In this game, it's just you grab your loadout, you press the ready button, and boom, you're dropping into the map, just like that, snap. And all of that comes from the way the game works. The way the game works is it opens up a map, and it's opening up that map for 6 hours. And continuously, players will be dropping in and going out, or dying, obviously. And there will always be like around a certain amount of players in that map. But that is the way they keep it flowing. They keep it nice and flowing. So you go into that game, you do what you gotta do, you shoot who you gotta shoot, or you die, and you're just instantly out. No loading screens to get out of the game. You're immediately back in the lobby, you're immediately back grabbing your next loadout, and you're a minute later, you're back into a map. And that is just freaking amazing. If you're really focused on grinding something out, you're really focused on getting X amount of this, X amount of that, you have your loadout that you just put it all in your stash, ready to go. You're going hard. It's just in and out, boom, 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 boom. And it makes for such a smooth, fun gameplay that it's something that you gotta love about this game. You are spending more time in the map, grinding stuff, finding stuff, shooting people, shooting things, instead of you're in your stash, getting everything sorted and putting stuff on a market and this and that. And that is just, you gotta love that. I don't see how you could not love that. Spending more time in game shooting things, everybody wins, right? All right, the second thing I am really loving about this game is that already in the closed beta, there is a pretty good variety of guns, with more guns coming, like the devs have said. And there's also the possibility to tweak these guns with attachments. And the thing is, you have some basic attachments that you can just buy from a vendor, and you get to make some choices between, do I want to draw this gun faster, or do I want less recoil on my gun? Stuff like that. You can put some optics on there, and that makes for a fun feeling. It's not just a generic gun. You can make it your gun. You can tweak it a little bit more towards your playstyle, which is great. And then there's like the base attachment, and then there's attachments that you can craft, and then there's attachments you can find in maps, which makes it all the more interesting. Hey guys, if you're enjoying this video, please consider clicking on that subscribe button down below. The like button is greatly appreciated as well. And if you want to leave a comment, please do so, because every one of those things helps us out immensely. We're still a very small YouTube channel. I'm still taking my first steps in YouTube content creation. So any help is very much appreciated. Now, of course, like everyone, I mentioned clicking on like, clicking on subscribe, writing a comment. But if you have any feedback for me, if you have any things that you think I can improve, please let me know those as well, because they are very welcome. Thank you in advance, guys. Now, this leads to the next thing, and this is going to be the third thing that you're going to love about this game, because I mentioned crafting and finding things in the map, right? So yeah, because of that, the loot that you can find in the game is meaningful, and it makes you feel something. Because if you're out on a mission, let's say that you've decided you want to craft X amount of blue armors, or you want to craft a couple of blue helmets or blue backpacks and stuff like that, you're going to be excited when you find the stuff that you need, whether you find it in a container, whether you find it by shooting a monster, whether you find it by shooting a player, but you're going to be excited to see that piece of loot. I mean, I remember early on, I was excited every time I saw a piece of installation, because that meant if I got 4 of those, I was going to be able to craft another green backpack, and green backpacks are awesome in the early game. But that feeling, a simple piece of loot, and just being like, oh yes, now I can craft my thing, that's brilliant. That is amazing, because again, with the comparison to Tarkov, once you get access to the flea market in Tarkov, a lot of the loot in the game is all of a sudden just not important to you anymore. You're like, I'm not going to pick that up because it takes up space in my bag, its weight, etc., and I can just buy this off the flea market, so I don't care about it. So all of a sudden, once you get that flea market, nothing really matters, or not a lot of loot matters anymore, and the only thing you're picking up is guns and rigs and stuff like that. So that's another thing I really love about the game. Keeps its worth, and you're pretty much gonna keep being excited to see certain parts of loot because you're gonna need it for something, whether it is upgrading your quarters or whether it is crafting some badass loot. Another thing that I like, and that is something that the devs have mentioned in an interview with another content creator earlier this week, is that they are not planning to put in something like a flea market, because the thing that I just talked about is exactly what they want to keep in the game. They want to keep you excited about finding those simple, stupid, small loot things, like that piece of insulation that I was talking about earlier. And I think that is a great idea because it will keep the loot way more significant, way more important. All right, so the fourth thing that we're gonna love about this game, or at least that I'm gonna love about this game, is the fact that it's going to have seasonal gameplay. What that means is from time to time, there will be a planned wipe, and you will know in advance when the wipe is ending, so that towards the end of the wipe, you can just take some risks or do some fun stuff, or get all your money into that one gun you've never tried before, stuff like that. And I think that's amazing because we all know one of the best feelings is like a fresh wipe and starting to build everything up again. I personally have a background in games like Path of Exile, but also some Escape from Tarkov. And I feel like the most fun in games like that have seasonal curves is like the early part. That's where everything is still exciting, everything is fresh, everything is new. You need to fight for every dollar you get, every piece of loot you get, you need to fight for it. You're not in your heavy Chad armor, or you're not endgame build and you're just not blasting through everything. Everything is tough again. Everything you need to fight for, you need to work for it. And that feeling is something that keeps a game like this very fresh. And I'm very much looking forward to what they do with those seasons, because obviously there's a lot they can do with it. Hopefully they're thinking about doing some special events or having some themes or this and that. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm very much excited about what the dev team will do with this. Okay, and then, well, we haven't talked about this yet, and this is the fifth thing that I love about this game. That dopamine fix at the end of a raid where you went in and you were like, okay, I kind of want to get that and I want to get that so that I can craft my next piece of crazy armor or my next gun. And you have like a really intense raid and you had some fights and you killed some people and you stole their shit and you have like a sick bag of loot. You're dummy thick with loot. And then you extract. That dopamine fix that you get right in that instant, that's one of the best sensations that gaming can offer you right now. Of course, this is my opinion, and I am very biased because I am very much in love with this game, and I feel like this game might just take over my life, but it is what it is. The dopamine fix of getting out with a thick bag of loot is just freaking amazing. All right. That's about it, guys. Those are the 5 things that I love about the Cycle Frontier. I am super excited to see this game move forward. The dev team have been absolutely amazing with their communication. They are really listening to the feedback in the Discord and stuff like that. And they are all around doing an amazing job. So I am very excited about the future of this game. And I hope you guys are too. That's it for today, guys. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.